Hi everyone, today I wanted to do some short book recommendations. So these are books that are 200 pages or less. So sometimes when you're in a reading slump or just want to read a book in one afternoon, short books are a good way to go. And there are some very good and fun ones. So the first one I wanted to do is actually a middle grade book, Lois Lowry's Number the Stars. And this was the first book that I remember being recommended when I first started getting into reading when I was a kid. I was over a friend's house and she said she had just read it and that I should read it, and I think I read it in a couple hours, and then I read it again. And it's about a girl named Anne Marie and her friend Ellen, and it takes place right at the beginning of World War II, and it's how both of them just start finding out about the perils of World War II, and is their friendship strong enough to go through this. And then there's like a secret mission against the Nazis. So it's a really good book. It's actually a Newbery Award winner. You can kind of see there, which means that it got an award for being a children's chapter book. So it's about 135 pages. So it's a very quick read, and a lot of people read this in school. But if you haven't, it's a good one to get started with. Another one is, a lot of these are ones that kind of sound that people have recommended from schools. But another one is George Orwell's Animal Farm. This one is about 140 pages, and it's about these animals who are on a farm with an oppressive farmer, and they do a revolt, and from what happens after that. And it was, I believe, if I remember correctly, on the banned book list because there was a lot of political undertones in the book. I remember watching the cartoon of this when I was a kid, and it's not only just adventurous, but there's a lot of scenes that just still stay with you. There's this one scene, right when the farmer leaves, they're like, oh, all four-legged creatures are good and the two-legged creatures are bad. And then as the book progresses, you can see the changing of some of the animals' thinking, and then it's like, oh, okay, four legs are good, but some are more equal than others. So, yeah, it's a very good book, and it's only 140 pages. So, there's that one. Sometimes you might not want a fiction book, so the next one that's I have is a play, and it's The 12 Angry Men by Reginald Rose. I read this a few months ago, and it's a very quick read. I believe it's it's less than 75 pages, so you can read it in an hour or two. And it takes place in one room, and it's these 12 jurors trying to figure out the guilt or innocence of this one person, and just the process and the thinking that goes through in that jury room. So it's very interesting. I'm more of a play person, reading plays, than poetry or things like that, so that's why I wanted to choose that one. And it's only about 75 pages, so there's that one. The next one are actually kind of some fun ones, and very quick to read. I like as you guys know, I like the Harry Potter universe, and here are the two kind of companion books that she wrote. J.K. Rowling, she made just the Harry Potter world just very immersive. In the books, they reference books. So for example, in the book, one of the characters keeps reading a fairy tale book, called Tales of Beetle the Bard. So what J.K. Rowling did, she actually wrote Tales of Beetle the Bard, and it's a book, actually, out of the 3 companion books that she wrote, this is actually my favorite. And there's about 5 fairy tales in there. And it's kind of fun because there's a little bit of the Harry Potter world in there, but you can see where the fairy tales come into, and I like that. I think the one I liked the best was The Fountain of Fair Fortune, because it's magic and princesses and all that. So there's that one. Another one that was fun that I liked was Quidditch Throughout the Ages. They play in the Harry Potter world. They play a magical game called Quidditch, which is kind of like soccer on broomsticks. And she made a book about the history of that sport. So each of those books are about 110 pages, and then 100 pages, so they're very, very quick to get through. So if you wanted something fun to read, just you can choose one of these. And the last one is one that I had just read not too long ago, but it was very interesting. Eli Wetzel's Night is about 120 pages, and it's about this man's experience in the concentration camps during World War II. And it's a very hard read, but once you finish it, you feel like you get to know this person. So it was, I think I finished it in about a day, just because it was a little bit more meatier with its content. So it's 120 pages, but it starts right when they were taken to the concentration camps, and then right when he leaves. So it was an interesting read. So those are some of my short book recommendations. Which are some short books that you like? So 200 pages less. Once I read some more, I might do this list again. But these are the books that first popped up to me. Like, oh, these are short and quick reads. I may be doing a video of quick reads, so not necessarily a short book, but they're just fast to get through. So I might do a video on that. But yeah, let me know what short books that you like in the comments below, and I'll hopefully be sure to check those out. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.